You may not have some of the items, so I'm going to go through a quick list for you so you can see some of the things you may need. So you're going to need red pepper flakes. Unless you don't like heat in your orange chicken, then you can leave them out. No problem with me. It all depends on your taste buds and what you like to eat. I don't have fresh ginger, so I'm going to use some ground ginger. You need sugar. You're going to need some soy sauce, of course. Can't make any Chinese dish without soy sauce. And you're going to need some rice vinegar. Also white vinegar, which you don't see here. You're going to need some wok oil, and you're going to want to invest in this if you're, going to be making Chinese food a lot. It's just worth it. And you have pure sesame seed oil. Again, pricey, but if you're going to be cooking a lot of Chinese food, this is a great benefit to most dishes, okay? So those are some of the things you may need, some things that aren't pictured here, and then, of course, some cornstarch to thicken it up. So the first steps that you're going to take is you're obviously going to cube your chicken. Unfortunately, I only had thin breasts. So what happens is my chicken, they're going to be smaller pieces, as I prefer getting thick chicken breasts because then they'll come out, in chunks. You can cut them in chunks and serve them that way. It's more chicken for your bite. But this is what I had available, so this is what I'm using. So you're going to coat them in egg, then you coat them in a flour mixture, of course. All ingredients and lists is at the bottom of the video. And once you're done coating them up, you're going to want to stick them in the refrigerator for about 20 minutes so that coating can stick onto the chicken, and then you're not losing all of that coating once you deep fry. So now we're going to move on to the sauce part. I already have my white vinegar in here, my rice wine vinegar in here, and now I'm adding my sugar. Don't get nervous when you see how much sugar is added into this recipe, because it makes for a lot. But obviously it's not a healthy recipe. It's healthier because you're making it at home, but there is a lot of sugar content in here and a lot of salt content. And that's generally with all most Chinese food, well, Chinese American food anyway. So it's not diabetic friendly, unless you have very small portions and you cut out the white rice, which traditionally is served with the orange chicken. So, I guess you can have a little. So now I'm putting in my soy sauce. And, depending upon how orangey you like your chicken to taste, you can use just the zest of an orange, or you can use the zest as well as squeezing the orange juice into your sauce. It's all up to you, depending upon what you want. I just added in 3 tablespoons of water as well to the sauce. Wanted to make note of that. So here's my zester, okay? If you don't have a zester, you can do it by, using a fork. I don't know, there must be some kind of YouTube videos on there. So if you don't have a zester, don't go buy one just for this recipe. You could, improvise. So now once you have all your ingredients incorporated, you're just going to whisk really fast, okay? And before you actually put this into your pot, you're going to end up whisking again because, the sugar gets stuck at the bottom. So you want to make sure that you re-whisk this before you put it into your wok. And then you want to make your cornstarch slurry as well. That's to thicken everything up. And then what you're going to do, the next step, is you're just going to deep fry your chicken. Do you need a deep fryer? No. You can fry in a wok, or you can fry in any kind of, deep-sided pot that you have. I finally caved in and got myself a deep fryer. It's not a big one. It's just enough to make for my family. I just think it's so much easier and cleaner cooking because I normally put the top over it and nothing pops out. Fry at 375, golden brown. Don't overcook the chicken. All right. So while you're doing that, you want to warm up your wok with the wok oil. And wok oil has a high heating temp, so it's going to cook pretty quickly. You're going to put your minced garlic in there. Forgot to mention that earlier. And you're just going to cook this until it's fragrant. Now, normally I would use fresh ginger. I don't have fresh ginger, so I do like the taste of ginger in mine. So I'm going to incorporate a little later on some ground ginger. But for now, I'm putting in red pepper flakes, okay? Again, according to your taste. If you don't want it to be spicy, don't put any at all. And there goes the ground ginger. I just need to have that taste in there. In the recipe, I'm going to include the ingredients for fresh ginger because for me, it does make a difference. And I would like for you to try it with fresh ginger. So now after you saute that for a few minutes and everything's fragrant, you're going to want to add in your sauce. Okay, and then you just mix that around. Make sure everything's incorporated. Doesn't it look delicious already? I mean, I feel like I could drink that sauce just the way it is. I really would. So the next step is you want to get it to a boil, a quick boil. Then you're just going to dump all your chicken in there because it's going to bring the temperature down since your chicken's a little cool. And you want to make sure that it's all incorporated. Now you're going to throw it all in there. I believe this recipe does about 2 pounds of cubed chicken, you know, so if you want more, then you double, you know, and if you want less, then you lessen the recipe. So again, please keep an eye out and don't overcook your chicken. You see how beautifully golden brown that chicken is? You don't want to go more than that. If your chicken is coming out dark from a deep fryer, but it's properly cooked, that means your oil is disgustingly dirty and you need to really like throw it out and use new oil. Never cook with oil that's been used multiple times. You know, if you're at home, use some fresh oil if you're going to fry. So now we have a cornstarch slurry here. Excuse me, and that's just going to create a thicker sauce. A sauce that's going to adhere to the chicken, okay? Because if I left it just like this, as you can see, it'll be watery and gross. It's not really going to taste like anything. So now after cooking it for about, I don't know, 5 minutes or so, you can see the sauce has really thickened up around the chicken, and it's starting to really look like orange chicken. So you want to keep it there, I don't know, another 1 or 2 minutes just to get it nice and soaked up into the delicious sauce. Alright, I'll show you the next step. Alright, so next up, put it on your plate. Do you see how delicious that looks? I mean, you know, it may come out a little blurry right now, but, you know, it is a delicious dish. And people think it's hard, but it's really not. And I promise you that once you make it at home, you're never going to want to order Chinese food again. Not that there's anything wrong with ordering out, but if you can make something at home and it be healthier because you know what goes in it and taste fresh, then why not? Anyway, if you enjoyed the video and my recipe, like, share, subscribe, let everyone know that you love me. Make them love me too. Bye!